Are you looking for peace of mind at your doorstep? Look no further. With the Blink Video Doorbell, your home's entrance is always within your control. Check out the link in the video description to learn more and get your Blink Video Doorbell on Amazon. Your home is in your hands.
Abraham Lincoln's sex life, including theories that he had gay relationships with men, will be explored in a new documentary. Scholarly discussion of the legendary 16th president's sexuality has existed for decades, mostly based on letters he wrote to close male friends. Opinions range from him being a closeted homosexual to merely experimenting with his sexuality while being primarily straight. Lover of Men, screening in some cinemas on September 6, examines the intimate life of America's most consequential president, its website explains. A trailer released this week gives snippets of its interviews with more than a dozen Lincoln scholars and historians discussing the evidence. Actors were also shown portraying intimate scenes between Lincoln and male figures in his life, including holding hands and cuddling in bed. Central to the evidence of Lincoln's queer identity are letters he wrote to alleged male lovers, and others by people gossiping about him. "Dear Speed, I shall be very lonesome without you, love Lincoln," one read out in the trailers concludes, referring to Joshua Fry Speed. Speed was Lincoln's most oft-cited potential gay partner, as the pair had a close friendship that lasted from their youth until Lincoln's assassination. Another man, also referenced in the trailer, was Army Captain and Lincoln's bodyguard David Derrickson, who was the subject of gossip. Elizabeth Woodbury Fox, the wife of Lincoln's naval aide, wrote in her diary for November 16, 1862, about a rumor she heard about them. Tish says, "Oh, there is a bucktail soldier here devoted to the president, drives with him, and when Mrs. L is not home, sleeps with him." "What stuff," she wrote. However, most historians believe this entry was misinterpreted, as "what stuff" at the time was used to mean the gossip was absurd, rather than credibly scandalous. The trailer also explained how sexuality in the 19th century was far more fluid than today, which is a point for and against Lincoln being queer. Lover of Men widens its lens into the history of human sexual fluidity and focuses on the profound differences between sexual mores of the 19th century and those we hold today, the synopsis read. The film fills in an important missing piece of American history and challenges the audience to consider why we hold such a limited view of human sexuality. The film also sought to comment on modern American views on sexuality, and how they differed from Lincoln's time, as an examination of American intolerance. It argued that attitudes shifted in the late 19th century and famous psychologist Sigmund Freud's work imposed more rigid sexual categories. This environment led to homosexuality being called a mental disorder and becoming punishable by law. If Lincoln were to look down today, he would see the U.S. at a particularly fragile moment, one expert said in the trailer. Lincoln's legacy is the insistence on equality. If you can accept a queer Lincoln, you can accept queer people overall.